Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have two furry friends with me today and I am going to talk to you all about getting your cats microchips for one good reason, and that is if they go missing you have a higher chance of getting them to come back to you if they're found. The vets or cattery can scan your cat for a microchip and contact you if they go missing. So keep watching this video if you want to hear all about my story, as my cat, or one of my cats, had actually gone missing for 7 months, and luckily he was chipped and found his way back to us. So if you want to hear my story, keep on watching. This kitten is, or cat, they're now 4 years old. They're two brothers, grey and white cats. This one is Leo, and he was the one that went missing, and I'm just going to pop him down because he's getting a bit skittish. Off you go. Whew. Going to want to probably escape, and you'll probably see them walking around the back of me in the video. So we've had the cats for 4 years. That's Leo, and his brother is called Mosey, and this is Mosey. He's a lot bigger, a lot fatter, a lot fluffier. Oh, such a good boy. So yes, we had them for 4 years, and they had gone outside before and absolutely no problems. We don't let them outside at night times. We let them out during the day for a few hours and they always come back to us. We've never had problems before. And then we moved house to the home we're in now. This is the house that we've bought, and we found that we kept them inside for a few weeks, even a good month or so actually, and no problems at all. And then one day, this was last September the 4th 2014, we let them both out as usual at the same time in the afternoon, and they normally sort of come back every so often, every few hours, and didn't think anything of it. It was just a normal day. And then on the September the 4th, Leo didn't come back. And I thought, oh goodness, it's probably summertime and he's probably out chasing rabbits because we are surrounded by fields and we're in the countryside. And it got to about 9 o'clock at night and he still hadn't come back, and that was very late. They're normally home by about 7, and then once they come home at about 7 o'clock in the evening, we keep them in because, as I said, we don't let them out at night because of foxes, badgers, that sort of thing. And he didn't come back, and I was really worried, and I thought, okay, he's just being a dirty stop out, he'll come home. And then the next morning he still hadn't come back, and I thought, gosh, that is really strange, really strange. So we began to look for him that morning. We went out to look for him, hadn't seen or heard anything, and basically the days rolled into weeks, the weeks into months, and in total he was gone missing for 7 months. And to be perfectly honest, after the first week of not having him home, I thought he had either been run over or had been caught by a fox or something. And those 7 months were really difficult because we didn't know what had happened to him. It was I think harder to grieve because we thought he died or had been injured, or even he'd got into someone's car and had snuck in and gone off with them in some way. And it was just a really, really difficult time. And when you don't have a body and you don't know what's happened, it can be really difficult. And his brother Mosey had a really tough time as well because they always do everything together, they go outside together, and it's really difficult, really difficult. So after the weeks turned into months, we lost all hope of ever seeing him again, to be honest, and it was the worst thing not knowing what had happened. It was really difficult. We put out flyers, put them through people's letterboxes, neighbours and things, just to say, please keep your eyes open for this cat. If you see him, please contact us. And I put my mobile phone number on there, and put things. I work for a local newspaper, and we also put something in the lost and found cat section as well, just in case. We put things on Facebook. We did absolutely everything possible. Joined Facebook groups that were lost and found animals in the area, and just no joy. And to be honest, after the first week I just thought, no, never going to see him again. And really difficult, really sad. I think if you have pets and you lose them or they go missing, it's really difficult. And if you don't have pets, and you know, someone says, oh, my dog's died or my cat's died, you think, oh, you know, it's just an animal. But actually, you know, they're a really big part of the family. So if you've ever been through this, and you know, I completely sympathise. It's not a nice thing to go through. And then I fell pregnant with my now little boy Joshua, who's now 5. Well, he will be 5 months old next week. And so I fell pregnant, and we had a phone call on April Fool's Day, April 1st this year, by this elderly lady in a town nearby us. It's the next town over, saying, "Oh, I've got something that might belong to you." And my husband and I were thinking, "Oh gosh, you know, what's she talking about?" And she said, "Oh, I've found Leo." And my husband and I were both like, "Oh my gosh, like, how is this possible?" And then we thought, this is a really cruel April Fool's joke if someone's doing this to wind us up. But then we thought, how on earth would this random old lady get our phone number? How would she have known the name of the cat? And obviously she had him, the description of him, what he looked like. So she was actually based in a cattery, and we drove out to the cattery and we found him and were reunited. It was absolutely brilliant, and my husband and I both cried our hearts out. It was really emotional. And Leo, the best thing was that he recognised us when we saw him again. It was magical. It was really good. And he basically managed to wander away from our house and had ended up on an estate in the same town, but it's a good, you know, few miles away. So he must have gone off for a little walk and gotten lost and couldn't find his way back. And he'd basically been there for the 7 months. Someone had started feeding him as well, and even though he's quite a skittish cat, they couldn't get close enough to catch him, because they said, you know, when they finally caught him and brought him to this lady who then scanned him for a microchip, you know, they thought, you know, this isn't quite right, and started feeding him. So at least he was getting fed, I suppose. But that's the point of this video, is that when they were kittens, we got them both done, you know, snip, no kittens for you guys, and also we got them microchipped. I don't put collars on them because we're in the countryside. I don't want the collar to get caught on brambles or twigs or trees and for them to strangle themselves, basically, and that can happen. So we decided to get them both microchipped. It wasn't expensive at all, and to be perfectly honest, without that microchip we would never have seen him again. I completely believe that. It was because of the microchip that the lady scanned him, found our details, and was able to contact us and trace us. And the other thing with microchips is that if you move house like we did, you change your contact details. I was speaking to the lady, and she works quite closely with the local animal ambulance team and the RSPCA here, and she said the amount of people that move house and don't change their details, their phone number, their address, is unbelievable. So if you have a pet and you have them microchipped, get your details changed if you move house. So basically we got the cat back on the 1st of April. I then gave birth to my baby on the 2nd of April. So it was all a massive whirlwind of events. There were a few little scrapes and scraps afterwards, but you know, they you know, merged back together and playing together within no time. It was absolutely lovely to watch. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye.